Tomorrow, she dies. Zara had done the math 17 times, checked the dates obsessively, pulled up old news articles on her phone at 3 a.m. while her husband slept beside her. The pattern was perfect. Too perfect. Wife number 1, Yuki Tanaka, married June 3rd, died September 11th. Tragic car accident on a sunny day with perfect road conditions. Day 100. Wife number 2, Svetlana Kozlov, married February 14th, died May 24th. Severe allergic reaction to shellfish she'd eaten 100 times before. Day 100, wife number 3, Marie Beaumont, married April 7th, died July 16th, fell down the marble staircase in the family estate, broke her neck instantly. Day 100, wife number 4, Priya Sharma, married November 2nd, died February 9th, house fire in the East Wing, only casualty. Day 100, wife number 5, Isabella Rodriguez, married January 18th, died April 27th, carbon monoxide poisoning from a faulty heater. Day 100, wife number 6, Lin Chen, married August 5th. Died November 12th, sudden brain aneurysm during afternoon, T. Day 100, 6 wives, 6 deaths, all on exactly day 100 of marriage. Zara Kim married Elian Vesper, heir to the Vesper crime empire, the man who controlled Seoul's underground with surgical precision on July 20th. Today was October 27th, day 99. She sat at her vanity, hands shaking as she stared at the calendar on her phone. Her reflection showed a woman who'd aged a decade in 3 months. Dark circles under her eyes despite the expensive concealer. Her locks, usually perfectly maintained, were frizzy from stress. Her rich brown skin had lost its glow. Behind her in the mirror's reflection, the bedroom door opened. Elian walked in, still wearing his black suit from whatever business meeting had kept him out until 2 a.m. Blood spatter on his collar. He didn't bother hiding it anymore. "You're awake," he said, his voice that careful, neutral tone he'd perfected. "Couldn't sleep." Zara met his eyes in the mirror. Korean, sharp-featured, beautiful in the way dangerous things are beautiful. Tomorrow's a big day. Something flickered across his face. Your art gallery opening, among other things. He moved closer, and she felt her body tense. Not from fear of him. She'd stopped fearing Elian weeks ago when she realized he wasn't the threat, but from fear of what tomorrow would bring. His hands settled on her shoulders. Gentle, always so gentle with her. "Zara." His voice dropped. "What's wrong?" She turned to face him, and for the first time in 3 months, she let him see the terror she'd been hiding. "Do you know what tomorrow is?" she asked quietly. "October 28th, day 100 of our marriage." His hands went still. "I've counted, Elian. All of them. Every wife you had before me." Her voice didn't shake. Couldn't shake. She'd used up all her fear. They all died on day 100. Exactly. Not day 99. Not day 101. Day 100. Zara, car accident. Allergic reaction, fell downstairs. House fire, carbon monoxide, brain aneurysm. She stood, facing him fully. "You want to tell me that's a coincidence?" "I didn't." He stopped, started again. "I would never hurt you." "I know." And she did know. She'd watched him carefully for 3 months, studied him. He grieved his dead wives. She'd found him once, drunk, crying over photographs. "You didn't kill them, but someone did, and tomorrow's my turn." She picked up her tablet from the vanity, showed him the spreadsheet she'd built. Dates, causes of death, autopsy reports she'd bribed a morgue assistant to access, financial transfers, security footage, timelines. "Someone in your family is killing your wives," she said. "Every single one, on day 100, like clockwork, and I'm going to find out who before they find me." Elian stared at the data, his face draining of color. "So here's what we're going to do," Zara continued, her voice steady. "I'm going to die tonight, day 99, and tomorrow we're going to watch who comes to finish the job that I've already done myself." If you've ever known exactly when you're supposed to die, you know what comes next isn't easy. Hit that subscribe button, because what Zara's about to do will either save her life or end it faster than day 100 ever could. Hey lovelies, welcome to Afro-Korean Fusion Tales. I'm glad you're here, because this story doesn't go where you think it does. And trust me, you'll want to see how it ends. Now let's get back to Zara, standing in front of her husband, proposing her own murder. Elian grabbed her shoulders, his grip tight enough to bruise. Absolutely not. If there's even a chance someone's hunting you, they are hunting me. That's the point. Zara pulled up another file on her tablet. I've already arranged everything. There's a woman at the city morgue, Hannah Park. Her daughter has leukemia, needs treatment the family can't afford. I paid for 6 months of chemotherapy. In exchange, she gave me access to a Jane Doe who died 3 days ago, 28 years old, my height, my build, burned in a house fire, unidentified, unclaimed. You want to use a corpse? I want to survive. Zara's voice was steel. Tonight, my car goes over the cliff on the coastal road, explodes, burns. You identify me by my wedding ring and the dental records I had falsified 2 weeks ago. The body is burned beyond recognition. DNA test takes weeks. By then, we'll know who tried to kill me. And if something goes wrong, then I die for real. But at least I'll die fighting instead of waiting. She met his eyes. I need you to trust me. Can you do that? Elian was silent for a long moment. Then he pulled out his phone, dialed. Silas, I need you at the house. Now. Alone. 20 minutes later, Silas arrived. Elian's enforcer, best friend, the man who'd saved his life more times than either of them could count. He listened to the plan without interrupting, his face impassive. It could work, he said finally, but you'll need to stay hidden for at least 48 hours after the death. If someone's watching closely, they'll notice if you surface too soon. I'll stay at your apartment, Zara said. No one knows I know where you live. And if the killer doesn't reveal themselves in 48 hours? Then I come back from the dead and we try something else. She looked between both men. But they will reveal themselves. Whoever's been doing this for 6 wives won't be able to resist celebrating number 7. They spent the next 3 hours planning. Silas would help stage the scene. The car would go over the cliff at exactly 11:47 p.m., late enough that traffic would be minimal, early enough that Elian could discover the wreckage before morning. The Jane Doe was already in the trunk of Silas's car, wrapped in black plastic. At 11:30 p.m., Zara stood at the top of the coastal cliff, staring down at the rocks and churning water below. Her car was positioned, 20 feet back, engine running. The Jane Doe was in the driver's seat, dressed in Zara's clothes, wearing her wedding ring. Last chance to change your mind, Elian said quietly beside her. Zara looked at him. Really looked. Sharp features, dark eyes that held too many secrets, hands that had killed more people than she wanted to know about, but also hands that held her gently every night. That traced her locks with something close to reverence. That shook when he thought she wasn't looking. I love you, she said, and I'm not letting someone take me away from you without a fight. He kissed her, desperate, like he was trying to memorize the taste of her. Then Silas was beside them. We need to move. Security camera blind spot ends in 4 minutes. Zara got into the passenger seat of Silas's car. Elian took one last look at her through the window, his jaw tight, and nodded to Silas. Silas put Zara's car in neutral. Released the parking brake. The car rolled forward, picking up speed, and sailed over the cliff edge. The explosion was smaller than Zara expected. Just a burst of orange flame against the black rocks, then smoke rising into the night sky. Silas drove away without the headlights on. In the rearview mirror, Zara watched Elian pull out his phone, his face illuminated by the screen, and begin the performance. Panicked husband, devastating discovery, calling for help. It's done, Silas said. Zara pressed her forehead against the cold window. Now we wait. Silas's apartment was small, functional, a safe house that most of the family didn't know existed. He'd installed cameras throughout the Vesper mansion weeks ago at Zara's request, hidden in light fixtures, smoke detectors, picture frames. 16 cameras total, every room that mattered. Zara sat in front of the monitor wall, watching. At 12:43 a.m., police and emergency services arrived at the cliff. At 1:15 a.m., they pulled the car from the water. At 2:30 a.m., a body bag was loaded into the coroner's van. At 3 a.m., Elian returned to the mansion. The family was waiting for him. Dorian Vesper, Elian's father, 70 years old, silver-haired, face like carved stone. He embraced his son briefly, said something Zara couldn't hear through the camera audio, and then there was Vivian. Elian's mother, 58 but looked 40, elegant, beautiful. She moved to her son, cupped his face in her hands, and Zara saw her lips move. My poor baby. Elian collapsed into her arms. Zara watched Vivian stroke his hair, murmur comfort, and something about the scene felt wrong. The way Vivian held him wasn't maternal, it was possessive, territorial, like she was reclaiming something that had been taken. You see it too, Silas said quietly beside her. See what? The way she looks at him. Silas pointed at the screen. I've worked for this family for 8 years, and I've never understood that woman's relationship with her son. They watched for 6 more hours. Family members came and went. Condolences. Quiet conversations. Elian went through the motions, grief-stricken but controlled. At 9:10 a.m., everyone left except Vivian. She stayed with Elian in his study, brought him tea, sat beside him, and when he finally broke down, really broke down, shoulders shaking, face in his hands, she pulled him close and smiled. Actually smiled. Zara's blood went cold. At 3:00 p.m., Vivian left Elian sleeping on the study couch and went to her private quarters. Zara switched cameras, following her. Vivian locked her door, went to her desk, pulled out a small wooden box from the bottom drawer. Inside the box were 6 rings. Wedding rings. Yuki's, Svetlana's, Marie's, Priya's, Isabella's, Lynn's. Vivian touched each one, her expression soft, almost loving. Then she reached into her pocket and pulled out a 7th ring. Zara's ring, the one that should have been on the Jane Doe's finger. But Zara was wearing her ring. She looked down at her left hand, saw the platinum band with the small diamond, and felt the world tilt. How does she have my ring? Zara whispered. Silas leaned closer to the screen. That's not your ring. That's a copy. Why would she have a copy of my ring? They watched as Vivian placed the 7th ring in the box with the others, then pulled out a leather journal. She opened it, began writing. Zara couldn't read the words from the camera angle, but she could read Vivian's lips as she whispered to herself while writing, 7. Finally, he's mine again. The pieces fell into place with sickening clarity. Not about inheritance, not about power, not about protecting family secrets, about possession. Zara spent the next 6 hours reviewing every second of camera footage from the past 3 months, watching Vivienne. The way she touched Elian's face, the way she positioned herself between him and Zara at family dinners, the way she always found reasons for him to stay late at the mansion, away from his wife. And then Zara found the earlier footage, from before her wedding, from when Lynn was still alive. The day before Lynn died, day 99 of her marriage, Vivian had tea with her. Just the 2 women. Vivian poured. Lynn drank. 24 hours later, Lynn was dead from a brain aneurysm. Zara went back further, found footage of Isabella, day 99. Vivian adjusted the thermostat in Isabella's room personally. That night, carbon monoxide filled the space. Priya, day 99. Vivian inspected the fire alarms in the East Wing, disabled 3 of them. The next day, fire. Marie, day 99. Vivian oiled the marble stairs personally, claiming they were too slippery. Marie fell the next morning, every wife, every death. Vivian was there on day 99, setting the stage. "It's her," Zara breathed. "His mother has been killing them." Silas stared at the screen. "That's impossible. Mothers don't—" "His mother does." Zara pulled up. The journal footage, zoomed in, enhanced. She could make out words now. Day 87. She made him laugh more than I ever could. Unacceptable. Day 92. He told her he loved her. He's never said that to me. Day 95. She's pregnant. I won't allow another woman to give him what I couldn't. Marie had been pregnant when she died. Zara's hands were shaking. She's in love with him, her own son, and she's been eliminating anyone who threatens that bond. "We need to tell Elian." "Not yet." Zara's mind was racing. "If we tell him now, he'll confront her. She'll deny it. We need proof, real proof. We need to catch her trying to kill me again." "You want to come back from the dead?" "I want to make her think I survived, and I want to watch what she does when she realizes her pattern is broken." They called Elian on the secure line. He listened to everything without interrupting. When Zara finished, there was silence. "My mother," he finally said. His voice was hollow. "My mother killed them. Elian, I need to see the footage. You can't react. Not yet. If she suspects we know, send me everything." 2 hours later, Elian called back. Zara had never heard him cry before. She heard it now. "I loved them," he said. "All of them, and I forgot." "Why did I forget?" "What do you mean?" "Their faces, their voices. I can barely remember them. It's like—" He stopped. "It's like my memory of them fades after they die. I thought it was grief. But what if it's something else?" Zara pulled up Vivian's medicine cabinet footage from earlier that day. Bottles and bottles of pills. She zoomed in on the labels. Lorazepam, Rohypnol, Zolpidem, memory suppressants, sedatives. "She's been drugging you," Zara said quietly. "In your tea, your coffee. For years. That's why you can't remember them properly." The sound Elian made wasn't human. "Here's what we do," Zara said. "I come back tomorrow. Day 101. I show up at the house, burned, injured, barely alive. Claim I crawled from the wreckage, that I have amnesia, and we watch what your mother does when she realizes I'm not dead. She'll try again. I'm counting on it. But this time, we'll have cameras recording everything." Day 101. October 29th, 6 p.m. Zara stood at the mansion gates, her clothes torn and burned, makeup creating the illusion of injuries. She'd practiced her stumbling walk, her confused expression, her trembling hands. She pressed the intercom. "Help," she whispered. "Please, I don't know where I am." The gates opened. The family rushed out. Dorian, Elian, Vivian. Vivian's face, for just a split second, showed pure horror. Then the mask slammed down, replaced by concerned mother-in-law. "Oh, my darling," Vivian said, reaching for her. "Let's get you inside." Zara let herself be led into the house. Let them put her in a guest room. Let Dr. Juan examine her injuries. All fake, all theatrical. "Mild amnesia," Dr. Juan announced. "From the trauma. Should resolve in a few days." Vivian was there, bringing water, fluffing pillows, playing the devoted caretaker. Elian played his part perfectly. Shocked husband, grateful for the miracle. But Zara saw the way his jaw was clenched, the way his hands shook when he touched her. Night fell. The house went quiet. Zara lay in bed, waiting. The cameras Silas had installed earlier were recording. Infrared, high definition. They'd catch everything. At 2:30 a.m., her door opened. Vivian entered, holding a tea tray. "I thought you might want something warm," she said softly. Zara sat up, playing confused. "You're Elian's mother?" "Yes, darling." "Vivian." She set the tray down, began preparing the tea. You've been through such an ordeal. Zara watched in the vanity mirror as Viviana's hand moved to her pocket, pulled out a small vial, crushed pills into the tea with practiced efficiency. Here, Vivian offered the cup. This will help you. Sleep. Zara took the cup, brought it to her lips and stopped. This is what you gave the others, isn't it? Vivian's smile froze. Yuki, Svetlana, Marie, Priya, Isabella, Lynn. Zara set the cup down slowly. Day 100. Every time, like clockwork. I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, you do. Zara stood. Because you killed them, all of them, and you were going to kill me. Vivian's expression transformed. The warmth vanished, replaced by something cold and calculating. You should have stayed dead. Why? Zara moved closer. What did they do to you? What did I do? You took him from me. Vivian's voice shook. All of you. You thought you could just walk into his life and replace me. I'm his mother. I raised him. I sacrificed everything for him. And you strangers, thought you deserved him. He's your son. He's mine. The words came out fierce, possessive. Do you know what it's like? Watching him fall in love? Watching him choose someone else? He'd forget about me, stop needing me. That's what wives do. They steal sons from their mothers. That's not love. That's ownership. Call it whatever you want. Vivian picked up the teacup, held it out. But you should have died when you were supposed to. Day 100. That's when they start thinking they're permanent. When they start making plans, having babies, building futures. Her face twisted. I couldn't allow that. The door opened. Elian stepped in, Silas behind him with a camera. Mother, Elian said quietly, what have you done? Vivian spun, and for a moment, Zara saw genuine fear in her eyes. Then it morphed into betrayal. You're recording this. Every word. Silas stepped forward. You chose her over me? Vivian's voice broke. Your wife over your mother? You're not my mother anymore. Elian's voice was dead. You're a murderer. I protected you from them. They would have ruined you, changed you, and taken you away from me. They loved me, and you killed them for it. Vivian lunged for the tea, tried to throw it at Zara. Silas caught her arm, wrestled her back. You'll never love anyone the way you love me. Vivian screamed at Elian. I'm your mother. I'm permanent. They're all temporary. Police flooded in. Evidence teams. Silas had called them the moment Vivian entered the room. They found the journal, the rings, the pills, the medical records showing Elian's prescribed supplements that were actually memory suppressants. Years of them. Dr. Juan, terrified, admitted Vivian had him prescribe them, claiming Elian had anxiety. He'd been drugging Elian for 4 years. 4 years of suppressed memories, 4 years of muted emotions, 4 years of Vivian controlling how much her son could love anyone who wasn't her. Vivian was taken away screaming, You'll come back to me. You always do. I'm the only woman who will ever truly love you. Elian stood frozen, watching the police car disappear down the driveway. Then he collapsed. 2 weeks passed in a blur, therapists detoxing from the medications, memories flooding back, sharp, painful, vivid. Elian remembered Yuki's laugh, Svetlana's accent, Marie's pregnancy announcement, Priya's singing, Isabella's cooking, Lynn's poetry. He remembered loving them, really loving them, and then watching those feelings fade like watercolors in rain, never understanding why. Zara found him in the study one night, surrounded by photographs, crying. I loved them, he said, and she made me forget. She made me watch them die and then erase them from my heart. Zara held him while he broke apart. I'm leaving, he said a week later. The family, the business, soul. I can't stay here. Every room has ghosts. Where will you go? Vancouver. Fresh start, clean slate. He looked at her. Come with me. Elian, I'm asking you to choose this. Choose me, knowing everything you know, knowing what my family is, knowing that loving me got 6 women killed. His voice cracked. I'm asking anyway. because you're day 114, and you're still alive. I don't want to do this without you. Zara thought about it for exactly 3 seconds. Okay. They left Seoul in November, rented a small apartment in Vancouver's West End. Elian transferred his shares to his father, walked away from billions. Zara took a job at a data analytics firm under a different name. They built something quiet, something normal. Elian went to therapy 3 times a week, processed decades of trauma, manipulation, abuse disguised as mother's love. Slowly, he healed. They created a memorial wall in their apartment. 6 photographs of 6 women who didn't survive: Yuki, Svetlana, Marie, Priya, Isabella, Lynn. I won't forget them again, Elian said. We won't let you. 6 months passed. Day 284 of their marriage. They were happy, really, genuinely happy. Zara's locks had their shine back. Elian smiled, without the weight of ghosts. They went to farmers' markets, cooked dinner together, made plans for a future that didn't include death counts. On a Saturday morning in April, the mail arrived. Zara sorted through it while Elian made coffee. Bills, advertisements, and an unmarked envelope with no return address. She opened it. Inside was a single photograph. Vivian in prison, smiling, written on the back in elegant handwriting. You think it's over? I have 6 sisters, and they all want to meet you. See you on day 365. Mother. The coffee cup slipped from Elian's hand, shattered on the floor. Zara stared at the photograph, her hands shaking. 6 sisters, she whispered. Elian's face had gone white. The Vesper women, my mother's side of the family. I haven't seen them since I was a child. He stopped. They're just like her. Day 365, Zara said. That's July 19th. Our first anniversary. The photograph smiled up at them. Vivienne's eyes held a promise, a threat, a pattern that wasn't broken, just beginning. Zara felt the familiar cold settle in her chest, the same cold from day 99 when she'd realized she was next. But now it was worse, because it wasn't just her, it was both of them. We can't run from 6 people, Elian said quietly. No. Zara set the photo down. We can't. So what do we do? She met his eyes, saw the fear there, saw the determination underneath it, saw the man who'd chosen her over his mother, over his empire, over everything. We survive, she said. Again. Outside their Vancouver apartment, spring rain began to fall. Inside, they stood together, staring at a photograph that promised 6 more deaths, 6 more patterns, 6 more women who believed love was possession. And somewhere in a Seoul prison, Vivian Vesper smiled, knowing her sisters had received her letters, knowing they understood the assignment. Day 365 was coming, and this time there would be 6 of them. If you made it this far, thank you. Drop a comment and tell me your thoughts. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.